Hi, I'm Nancy, the Kentucky Garden Gal. I'm coming to you from South Central Kentucky. We are a Zone 7. I live in an 1880 Vote Victorian where I have been gardening for the last 27 years. My grandmother taught me the love of gardening. It's my passion and I want to share that with you. I have my small city lot absolutely packed full. Backyard chickens, trees, shrubs, perennials, a koi pond, even a secret garden. So let's get started on this week's vlog. We are at our local big box store, and this is the selection that they have. Looks like there's maybe 4 colors. I see a pink, a red, somewhat of a coral, and then up there looks like a pink and white. And the price on these, $7.88, very reasonable price. This one is especially pretty. And I was noticing, look at all of the buds on this tips. There's more than one bud on each tip there. So this is what we have available just at the one store. I think this one is going to come home with us. That's really pretty. Hello everyone. So I'm back home. I have my plant where I'm going to let it sit along with the rest of my holiday cactuses, and these look like they are Thanksgiving cactuses. So you'll notice that it has some plastic around it, and I'm going to leave that there until tomorrow because these plants don't like drastic change in temperatures. So we'll just let it sit there until it sort of acclimates to its new home. Let's talk about some more care tips. I know that everybody's looking for these. These are blooming and everybody's showing off their pictures on Facebook. So let's go over some care tips real quickly. So the first thing is that they prefer natural light, and I will just open the blinds, and there's a door to the right that has glass in it, so they will get plenty of natural light. They get the east and the south where they're sitting there. Another thing is that you need to water them thoroughly. Don't let them sit in water and then let them dry out between watering. So check it weekly, but usually mine only have to be watered about every 3 weeks. You want to use a good cactus mix for your soil when you're repotting your plants, and they do prefer to be pot bound. And I know that we've probably all seen the photographs on social media where people will say, this plant is 70 years old. This was my grandmother's plant. And these plants can live an extremely long life. And once you get the care down, they're really not that hard to take care of. I would have to say the biggest problem is overwatering. So you don't want to overwater your plants. Wait until it's totally dry and then water it again. If you're going to fertilize, you want to do that starting in the spring, like monthly in the spring and the summer. And I usually take mine out on the front porch, which is north facing. They like to be outside. And then when I bring them back in, before, of course, the freezing temperatures, usually they like a few weeks of dormancy or darkness. But I'm telling you, this year, all of the Thanksgiving cactuses are just blooming their little heads off. So I'm not really sure that that rule applied this year. Let's see, if you are having trouble with dropping buds, chances are that there's been a drastic change in their environment. So the temperature change has drastically changed. That's what's causing that. Let's see, if you live in an area, they do like humidity. So if you live in an area that is dry, what you can do is put pebbles underneath your pots and have some water in the bowl, but the rocks are between your saucer and your pot, so that the roots are never directly in water, in standing water. So that's a real good tip there. But I can't think of any more care tips. Some of these are probably, I think this one here is maybe 10 years old. If you want, two more things. If you want to trim your Christmas cactuses, Thanksgiving cactuses, Easter cactuses, you can cut them back by a third. As you can tell, this one's sort of gotten a little leggy. So maybe early winter, when I know everything is through blooming, I may top that back. So when you trim your cactuses back, these are super easy to propagate. Like if I were going to cut that off right here, you can either propagate it in water, or you can lay the cactus out for about a week, let it dry, and then stick it in soil. These are super, super easy to propagate. And I will tell you, this funny looking little plant here is the plumeria that I brought back from Hawaii, and it's put on some growth, so I'm super proud of that. But I just wanted to give you some care tips. I know everybody's excited about your cactuses, and they are absolutely beautiful when they're in full bloom. So I hope everybody's enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week.